Hello, today we're playing Cross Blitz, and without any further ado, let's get in there. So, I believe we left off just before the boss. I don't quite remember what my train of thought was with the deck, but I think it's probably in a pretty good state, so I'm just going to go straight into the boss, and if it goes poorly, then we will revisit constructing the deck. But I just want to get right into the action today. We have... I know I looked at these last time, or I think I looked at these last time, but I forgot. Presto Gauntlet, if he has armor, give me a bomb. Okay. Bombs deal 1 more damage, alright. Start the game with an armor fairy. This thing. After another friendly minion takes damage, gain 1 armor. This is not going to be something I'll be able to contest very well with the Cinder monkeys. I guess if I dropped, like, on turn 2 or 3, one of my 1/3s, then that plus the 2 Cinder monkeys would kill the fairy. We'll see. And then soot plating. After your opponent draws a bomb, gain +1 armor. Okay. So key things here will be keeping his fairy and subsequent additional copies of this fairy off the table so that he cannot gain armor off of my cannons firing. I guess that's less of a concern, because if he gains armor from my cannons firing, as long as I can then remove that armor in that same combat step, then that's a non-issue. I guess the main problem would just be his cards that he would be playing that give him armor. Like, almost assuredly, he's going to have... Oh yeah, I should read this as well. Gains 10 armor for the condition, and then it deals 2 pyro damage to a random enemy, repeated for every bomb in my deck. By the time he gains 10 armor, how... Okay, first off, what turn do I think this is going to happen? Well, I assume he has the 7-mana card that that gives 10 armor and draws 3 cards, so this is happening like by turn 7 for sure. If not before. So I'm going to estimate 6 or 7 is going to be when I expect to see this happen. By turn 6 or 7, how many bombs do I anticipate I'm going to have in my deck? I think I'm probably just going to have a bomb in my deck every turn. From the Presto Gauntlet, I don't think it's going to be reasonable to expect that he's going to whiff on armor on turn, so that seems like a decent expectation. So that's going to be 6 or 7 from that. He's probably going to put a couple more than that, so that's pretty dangerous. Hopefully I can just clog the board up with a bunch of things that can take 2 or 3 cannonballs. Okay, but anyway, that's enough waxing about it. Let's get in there. After a harrowing trek through hostile pirate territory, Redcroft and his friends finally arrive at Fort Bilgebaum, the near-impregnable fortress of the dreaded gentleman pirate, Loyal Coxswain. Stockpiles of explosives can be seen littered throughout the fort interior.
We made it! Haven't been around here in a long while. And it looks like he's been hoarding more bombs and gunpowder than ever. A bomb lover's paradise! Nobody like to match. Show yourself, Coxswain. I know you're here. Redcroft, how wonderful it is to see you alive and well. Last I heard, you were dead. So seeing you here, in flesh and fur, comes quite the pleasant surprise. Don't lie to me, chum. I'm sure you're jumping with joy when you heard I kicked the bucket. Now, my boy. I know we've had our differences over the years, but the last thing I want to see is the son of the late Captain Redbeard meeting an untimely end. That's so. For someone so fond of me, you sure don't hesitate to swipe me ship. It's all business, me boy. Why would I let such a fine vessel rot away in a quiet harbor? A ship like Redwing, she deserves to be at the center of bombastic battles, captained by an exceptional pirate. Like myself. I'm sure your father would have agreed. I think you're full of it, Mutt. Let's be open and honest. You've been after me ship for years. You're wise enough to know the kind of respect the wet Redwing reaps out of the seas, and then come along at the perfect opportunity to make it yours, without having to actually get your hands dirty. Ha! As if I'd be so underhanded to bide my time, waiting for a chance like that. I don't need a singular ship to further bolster my reach. I'm already a legend, Redcroft,
And unlike you, I possess a real talent for the art of swashbuckling. Although I cannot deny the paltry bit of notoriety you've managed to extract from the more plebeian folk of Swindler's Wharf. Having your ship in my esteemed custody further establishes my inarguable dominance over the Southron seas.
This windbag's so full of hot air he's about to burst. If you're so confident atop your pompous perch, then why don't you put your money where your mouth is?
I have no interest in bargaining with you, boy. Your ship is mine. Now leave before my patience expires.
You can't get rid of me that easy, coxswain. If you won't willingly strike a deal with me, then I guess I'm gonna have to invoke the Red Code.
Ugh, you snake!
The Red Code? That set of absurd pirate rules you fools follow as gospel? The very same. By invoking the Red Code, those that follow the true pirate's way must establish an agreed-upon gamble. To deny the Red Code is to revoke your identity as a devoted raider of the seas. How ridiculous! Now, coxswain, here's what I'm proposing.
Make it quick, boy.
I challenge you to a pirate's duel. If I win, you give me back the Red Wing.
And if you lose?
I'll join your crew as a bona fide coxswain lackey for the rest of me pirating days.
Captain! No!
Huh. What? You can't agree to that? Have you already forgotten about the deal you made with Princess Shut it, Scaretail!
Ha! That's quite the wager, Redcroft. The son of the great Redbeard, working for me. You'd throw your freedom for a life of servitude under the most hated rival, all for a ship?
She's that important to me, and she's got one of the last pieces of me paw I still got left. Besides, I know I can beat a pretentious pup like you. No sweat.
Ugh. Your overconfidence will be your undoing, boy. I agree to your terms. I'm looking forward to the mighty Redcroft pouring my wine and washing my dirty knickers. Oh, and I do hope you enjoy chamberpot duty.
Show me what you got, coxswain.
Chamberpot duty. Alright, going first. That's good. Me going first means, hopefully, one fewer combat phase for his bomb. I mean, this is good. Just keep all three of them. I'm not really sure if there's anything else I would even want on top of that in my opener. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pass it on over. So turn 2, the intention is going to be to drop Barrel Mutt if I can. I'm going to be at 8 cards, I drop Barrel Mutt, stay at 8 cards. I'm going to be using the monkeys on the turn after that, and that's going to really clean my hand up, so yeah, we're looking pretty good. This complicates things. I might wait one turn on those monkeys and instead just drop my Barrel Mutt here. Huh? Oh, right. I meant this guy. Cannoneer. There we go. I saw the number 2 on Barrel Mutt and immediately forgot that he costs 3 instead. Okay. That's fine. I'm more than happy to take a hard removal spell on a 2-mana card. That's excellent for me. As far as I'm concerned, there's no better target for that in my entire deck. Alright, we're sitting at 8 cards. We're just going to drop a cannon. I'll drop it on this column right here. Just tank 1 damage for me. Since 1 cannonball does kill the Buccaneer, and a cannonball does not kill the armor fairy, 50% chance. Okay, that's also fine. Perfectly fine. We do definitely want something to stick. It is going to be difficult if I can't wrest control of this board back soon, but I think now I can simply drop a Barrel Mutt here, kill the Buccaneer, deal damage to the Armor Fairy. I can finish off the Armor Fairy next turn with the Monkey. Make sure I don't overcap on cards at any point here. Although, this is something, I learned this in the Discord. I do know that if my hand is full and I draw a bomb, I will not take damage from that bomb. So I could strategically have my hand just be full. That's something to consider if I have all the cards that I need and I don't mind burning anything. So if health gets to be a little tight, that's something I will consider doing. Okay, so I think here I can just simply drop Musket and call it a day. I'll put him right here. Very good. So here we're at 9 cards, gonna be 10 cards in hand next turn. Alright, those are both fine. I should be able to meaningfully clean his board up next turn. I would need how many bombs? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bombs in order to completely clear the board. Can I play 6 bombs here? I can play a Cannoneer, that's going to be 2 bombs. I can play Flintlock, that's going to be... Actually, the Flintlock would be 2 bombs, and then the Cannoneer would be 4 bombs. So yeah, this would full clear the board, except I could also go face. That's something to consider. I gotta bear that in mind. So with that being the case, it may be more prudent to use one of my Cinder Monkeys instead. So let's start with that. I'm going to start with a... not you. Let's start with a Cinder Monkey in this area right here. Fire this cannon. Okay, that was a very good outcome of that play. I'm very pleased with that. In fact, that was so good for me. I think I'm just gonna drop Admiral Brass right here. And call it a day. Except I don't want him there. Where do I want him? I want to keep the left column empty so that I can play Flintlock over there. So I would be playing Admiral Brass, let's say, right here. Okay. And then we're also going to be killing the Boombird, which has been a recurrent source of bombs. So this is looking excellent for me. This is fine. Wow, this is really fine. I was not expecting him to low roll that. So that took a lot of bite out of what that turn could have been. He's at 3 cards in hand. So I've pretty much got control of the game from this point onward. I could just... I could honestly just cap my hand and not draw any bombs. I know that's cheesy, but I think that's the right play. And since I know I can do that, I think I should. So now we're at 10, and I could play something and then play the other Red Wing provisions. What I would want to play would be Flintlock likely. So I cannot afford that, actually. Let's not do that. That would be silly. So I'll play a Cannoneer. Wait, no, I'm silly. I could play Redbeak and then the other provisions. Very good. There we go. Now our hand is capped at 10 cards again, and I have discounts on a lot of pirates. So, depending on how he responds here, I can refill the board if he clears it. I can make a pretty sizable burst play. Okay, so that was a big swing for him. That's a very strong card. Unfortunately for him, I've played around it by having a handful of cards. I do think it's interesting that it works that way. I would kind of... I guess I have 2 opinions about this. On the one hand, I think with the amount of bombs that he's capable of putting in my deck, having this as an avenue of counterplay actually makes sense, right? Like, it's a risk-reward thing. I am risking drawing, like burning cards that I want, plus I'm not playing a lot of cards because I need to keep my hand full. So that's the risk, and the reward is that if I draw a bomb, I'm okay. And again, with the quantity of bombs he puts in the deck, having the capability to hard counter them like that is strategically compelling and interesting. So I kind of almost feel like if that was like an official strategy, like it feels right now like I'm kind of cheesing the game a little bit, which I guess I kind of am. But I could see that being like an actual bona fide strategy. I think it's interesting. Very compelling stuff. So let's see. I could just play 2 Barrel Mutts here for free. And still keep my my hand full. So I'm just going to do that. Keep it simple, keep my bomb-proof defense up. Very good. Just kind of rebuild the board in this kind of piecewise fashion until I have adequate resources to just do this last 15 damage all at once. His hand is down to 1 card, that's good. How many bombs in my deck? 15, okay. 15 out of 30, so 50% of my deck is bombs. And if I drew how many will kill me? They're dealing 5 damage, so I need to draw 4. Okay. So yeah, no reason really to take any risks here. I can play 2 cards, provided that, are there still pirate? How many pirates are still in my deck? 4, 5, 6 pirates are left in my deck, so I've got to keep that in mind as well. So I'll play a cannon here, a cannon here, and then a Barrel Mutt here. And then I'll draw 3 cards to replace the 3 I just spent. Perfect. And there are 3 pirates left in my deck. Ah, there's a minion that does that too. Interesting. Two pirates left in deck. Alright, so now I want to kill him in 1 turn. Can I do that? I have Admiral Brass costing 5 mana, so I need to deal 13 damage with 5 mana, provided that the minions I'm summoning will have +1 attack. Now, Cindersoot, he just has Hothead instead of Rush, unfortunately. So the Cannoneer, for example, costing 1... Oh, and this Rigbeak is actually huge. In fact, in light of the Rigbeak existing in my hand, I bet I could probably do this. So I would play Admiral Brass, 5 mana, play Rigbeak, that takes me down to 2 mana, and that's 4 damage. And then this is 0 mana, 7 damage, 0 mana, 10 damage, 0 mana, 13 damage. So that's perfect. It uses all 4 of these slots. So that's the line of play. That's just, it's gonna kill him right now. Very good. Can I sneak a little bit of overkill out of this? I don't think I can. Well, I could, as a matter of fact. I could play Flintlock, and then I could get good rolls from my Cannoneers for the cannon that he summons. Perfect. That was exciting. What a fun fight. Alright, another level. And my prize is Coxswain himself. 7 mana, 7/7, pirate tag, played. For the rest of the game, bombs deal 4 more damage. Alright, so that's interesting. So on normal bombs, we'd be dealing 4, and then the 4 additional. And turn 7 is a pretty convenient time to be dropping this guy. Because, you know, like I was expecting before, turn 6 and 7 is about when the bombs are going to be really threatening. Like, it's going to be a real threat that I'm going to be drawing at least 1 or possibly even more bombs per turn. So that's like a really good time for this guy to have this effect applied to the game. He can get removed, it doesn't matter. 7 mana, 7/7, those are already good stats. The pirate tag, he's searchable with Barrel Mutt and the Pirate Party. Any other thoughts about this guy? I am curious, actually. This brings to mind, if I get block beamed, does my plate effect go off? I don't know if I've seen a situation where that would be a consideration before. I've only been block beamed the once, and I don't even remember what it got. So that's interesting. That'll be something I'd like to test or ask about.
Oh! I lost? This is impossible! You've been bested, Coxswain. If your bombs were as big and bad as your ego, you might have stood a chance. Grr! I refuse to give you back that ship! I bought it! It's mine! You wouldn't be retracting the bargain we just made, would you, Coxswain? A budgie of mine. He's a famous info broker around these parts. He goes by the name of Gold Grubbin' Grub. I think he'd be very interested in hearing that the infamous loyal Coxswain, self-proclaimed gentleman pirate, refused to honor a pirate's wager invoked by the Red Code. What do you think, Admiral Brass? I think he'd eat a juicy bit of bait like that faster than a starving sea bass, Captain Guaranteed. Why, you... Take it easy. The whole mad dog doesn't look...
Wow, I cannot read today.
Take it easy. The whole mad dog look doesn't fit you, Coxie.
The Curse cannons are blown!
I will wring your neck, bird! Now then, we'll be taking the Red Wing back. Maybe we'll meet out in the open waters. So long, chum. You... I'll get you! Redcroft!
I'm sorry for the crimes my mic probably committed to that exclamation there. Sweet! Alright, let's take a look at my level. Red Wing Raid. Yeah, let's look at these bomb cards again. Let's revisit the possibility of a bomb deck, right? I forgot about Pyro. That's a good card. I gotta keep in mind this is in here. That's a really good 2 points to spend just to have Pyro. 6 mana, 3/3. Below their board to smithereens. Turn 6 is a really good turn for something like that as well. Like, turn 6, deal somewhere in the neighborhood of, like, what? 8 to 16 damage. Pretty cool. And then Bomb Barrage. Gain armor to deal damage for each bomb. It's compelling. You know, I haven't really given much thought to the possibility of playing cannons, but that could be fun. In fact, I don't think I want to change Blitz Bursts. Or do I? Hold on. Summoning 5 cannons is actually kind of tough, and summoning 8 pirates is less tough. And board clear for summoning 8 pirates? Maybe I give that a shot. I'm going to switch my Blitz Burst real quick. There you are. Let's go ahead and take you out, put you in. Any other changes I wanted to make to this list while I'm here? I don't think so. I like Red Wing Provisions less than I would like. You know, the 2-mana tempo loss kind of hurts quite a bit. But it is value, and I mean, it was responsible for my ability to play the previous fight the way I did. Like, this card and Barrel Mutt hard carried that for sure. I also really like Cutlass Swine. This would be better buffed up in a strategy like the with a not Whip Grunt. Well, yes, with Whip Grunt, but also being buffed by Rally Guy wherever he is. I don't know. I'll just keep the deck as it is. I won't spend much time bothering with the deck today, unless I encounter a fight that makes me change it. Chapter complete! Yes! At last! Only took me, what, 6 episodes? Alright, we'll come back later and clean up these accolades. I assume that's something I'll be able to do. I'm not going to worry too much about getting the accolades now. I don't like to obsess over things like that on the first playthrough. I'll just come back and finish it later.
Now we're getting somewhere. With Coxswain out of the way and the Red Wing back where she rightfully belongs, it's about time we hoist anchor and set sail. The sea is where real pirates thrives, and it's where I'm meant to be. Now, if only I wasn't still stuck running errands for Braxy's little princess.
All right. Oh, hey, it's what is your name? Violet, I think. And also, is that a trinket? That's a card shop. Okay. Let's take a look.
Admiral Brass, is everything ready to go? Are all provisions accounted for? Aye, we're just about ready to depart, Captain. Braxis is already on board. He's eager to be off. Course he is. While we're busting our rumps, prepping for this dangerous voyage, he's hiding away in my cabin, reading his fancy books. Best we continue to keep him happy, Captain. With him leveraging that curse over us, we can't do much. Aye. Let's be getting those last few barrels aboard the Red Wing and make way. Sooner we set out, sooner we can be free of him and his damned hex. Onward to Dragon's Belly.
But before Redcroft can finish his declaration of departure, the sing-songy voice of a young woman interrupts him. A mess of commotion blossoms throughout the harbor as crowds of pirates and sailors gather, and out of seemingly nowhere, a bard in flashy attire and striking purple hair appears before our startled heroes. Yoo-hoo! You there, buff lion guy.
Me?
Yeah, you! Who else? Don't set sail just yet.
Pardon me, miss, but do I know ya?
Maybe. Most people do.
A dazzling diva! Rigbeak, what did I tell you about manners?
No, your cute bird friend's right. I am dazzling, but I'm not here to get your pirates in a tizzy. You're the mighty Redcroft, right?
That I am, and who might you be, miss?
I'm Violet, the pop star sensation of Croston Isle.
Shiver me timbers, you're the Violet. Course I've heard of ya. Most every jukebox in Swindler's Wharf is playing your music, day in and day out.
Oh, well, keep an eye out for my new album. Should be hitting shelves next month.
Maybe we can talk about your music some other time. We're on a bit of a tight schedule, you see. So, Miss Violet, how can we help you today?
Easy. Let me tag along on your little voyage.
What? Sorry, lass, but we ain't taking on new crew members at the moment. You best be finding a different ship to charter if you're looking for a pleasure cruise.
You're headed to Dragon's Belly, right? That slimy rat Grub told me.
You talked to old Grub?
I did. Roughed him up a little bit so he'd spill the details.
Gold grubbin' grub can't catch a break.
Anyway, I've got some personal business on that island. Heard it's brimming with all sorts of spooky magic. And I love that stuff! And, you know, I'm a lot more than just a pop star. I'm one of the few humans around proficient in the draconic arts. Curses, hexes, dark rituals, that kind of thing. Speaking of which, you know you got a compliance curse clinging to you like a bad odor, right?
You can see the hex!
Of course! Look, Redcroft. Bringing along an expert like me is what any savvy captain would do.
She does make a good point, Captain. And she can surely take care of herself if she went head to toe with Grub.
See? Your froggy friend here gets it. Come on, what do you say?
Listen here, miss. You made it clear that you know a thing or two about the spooky side of sorcery. But we've already got a bona fide dark magician accompanying us. He's slacking off aboard me ship as we speak.
Great! And now you'll have two!
That's not what I meant.
It's settled, then. I'm coming along. Think of how fun this will be! I could even sing for the crew! See you on deck! I'm so excited!
But... There's no stopping the spirit of adventure, Captain. Last thing we need is another landlubber mucking up our mission. But if she's this determined to come along, who am I to deny someone like that a chance at experiencing the pirate's life? Aye, Captain. But I'm wondering if this sort of business she has on that dreaded island. Aye. We'll keep a close eye on her. She's a strange one, but I can tell she's got a good heart. Anyway, enough lollygagging. Let's make way.
Alright. I am looking forward to playing through Violet's story. I think I'd like to finish Redcroft's in its entirety before I do so. But I have heard cool things about her design. I'm excited to give her a shot. Let's take a look at the card shop. I like having new cards. We have Frizzle Cauldron 4 mana 2/4. Inanimate, I appreciate that they've done this with the attack column graded out for the inanimate keyword. I think that's neat. Really good visual clue that it's inanimate. I didn't even have to look at the text. Good design. I like that a lot. Combat start, summon 2 Pyre Wisps in adjacent spaces. Those were the, what were those? It was 2 mana, 0/2 Pyro damage +1 or something like that. I'll look at them. This could potentially be really good value if I'm getting free minions on the board. Like, this is really good to stall with, especially since it's got a fat body and also it can do a little bit of damage on the crackback. So I'll bear that in mind. Hot Slime is 2 mana 1/1. So I'm looking for 1 or 2 mana's worth of an effect here. On death, deal 2 pyro damage to the enemy hero. That's interesting. It's not searchable, no archetype tag. It is being direct damage to the enemy hero is compelling. This is the kind of thing I would like to see in a deck that is like aggressive, or alternatively a deck where I'm benefiting from my minions dying, and so having stuff like this, like if I could duplicate this death effect or something. Similar to the Frizzle Cauldron, it's not good with what I have currently and what I'm trying to do, but I can see a situation where I would want this for sure. Fortify, this is the guy. This is the 7 mana, draw 3, gain 10 armor. Do I want this? I don't think so. I think with the layout my deck has currently, I have way too much card advantage to ever want to be drawing 3 cards for 7 mana. But if I was playing something archetypeless like Hot Slime, or if I was playing a more mid-range strategy like the on damage archetype, I think a card like this would fit right on in. Oh, and there are 3 pages. Great. Oh, no, there's not. Never mind. These are the old shops. I do appreciate that the inventory carries over across chapters. I had asked in the Discord previously because I was kind of trying to figure out, do I want to try to craft everything in this chapter? Or do I want to like buy everything before I move on? Or can I just come back to it later? And, you know, they said that I could come back to it later for the melding, for the buying. And I think that's really good design, because I can go through the story at my own pace and I don't have to ever feel compelled to hard stop what I'm doing, go back, farm, and complete my collection. Because I do want, you know, I want to collect everything, of course. Alright, we are ready to move south. Okie dokie, who do we have here? Frostfin Movis? Okay. First, though, we're gonna check out this event.
Now this is what I live for! The salty breeze, the sound of waves crashing against the ship's hull. Haven't felt this alive in ages.
Wow, you weren't kidding! This really is great!
Soak it in, Miss Violet, but stay on your toes. We'll be heading west into Ruinous Reef. Shipwrecks aplenty.
Ruinous Reef?
Aye, a reef brimming with ruin. The perfect destination for a pirate adventure. It's the only route known to Dragon's Belly. That being said, no soul's ever made it to that forsaken island and returned to tell the tale.
One moment. Alright, apologies for that. I'll try to edit out the pause as best I can.
No soul's ever made it to that forsaken island and returned to tell the tale.
Aye, you wouldn't have to worry about me, Captain. I'll keep my wits about me. Arr! Hey, do I sound like a pirate yet? 'Cause I sure feel like one.
You sound like a foolish child. If it were up to me, a shoddy performer like yourself would never have been allowed aboard this ship.
I see the Scalehearth Royal Elite are as charming as ever. You're a Braxis, right? Or should I call you Braxy?
Silence, charlatan! Alright, mateys, let's settle down now. Got a long voyage ahead of us. Can't be clawing at each other's throats.
Yeah, Braxy. Cool it.
I will not be made a fool of. I don't know how you convinced this oaf of a captain to let you accompany us on this mission of extreme importance, but I can assure you, if you do anything to blunder our chances at retrieving the princess's treasure, I will unleash my unbridled wrath upon you! You have my word as an esteemed warlock of Scalehearth.
He really likes the sound of his own voice, huh?
Old Braxy seems even more heated than usual. You got something against him and his kin?
Hardly. Really isn't worth getting into. Let's just say we all have our secrets. We leave it at that, or do we push? I think we just leave it at that.
Aye, I can understand that. Won't push you on the subject.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Say, why don't we lighten the mood with some music? I'm gonna go rally the crew. Can't have a proper sea shanty without a burly chorus.
Ha! Sounds like a fine idea to me, Miss Violet.
Just call me Violet. Really. No need for the formalities, Red.
Aye, sorry, old habit. Picked it up from me pa back when he was still around.
Your pa? That's cute. Maybe you can tell me about him someday.
Tell you what, if we make it back alive, I'll tell you about him over a pint of grog.
Sounds like a plan. You're paying, though.
Ha! I was planning on it.
Alright. Next up, we have Frostfin Movis, who has one relic, frost damage +1. I think I saw something frost-related recently. I don't remember what it does. It was something along the lines of, if you're frozen or frosty or whatever, you take 1 extra damage from all sources or something like that. I think that's what it was. But I don't think that's what that's talking about. I think that's just talking about aspected damage from stuff like deal 2 frost damage. Never mind. Alright, let's get in there. Huh? When did I add a 31st card to the deck? What am I doing? $4, 12, 16, 20, 24, 26, 28, 30. Well, that's interesting. How did I have this in the deck? Did I not? Maybe I didn't. That's funny. Okay, so we're going to put Raid in there, and then we are going to take out... What are we taking out? I'll take out a Provisions. It's a little cloggy at 4. Alright, let's try this again.
Captain, we're coming up on a ship, and I ain't familiar with the standards she's flying. All hands, prepare to be boarded.
Yes! This is the kind of adventure I was hoping for. A real pirate battle. A clashing of cutlasses.
Ah, yes! The chance to watch a pack of ruthless ruffians kill one another. Such a wonderful sight.
The buzzkill strikes again. The strange ship drifts ominously alongside the Red Wing before coming to a halt. A boarding plank is dropped, and a sea fin appears before our motley crew. Halt! These waters belong to our esteemed Sea Guardian. You are not welcome here.
Begging your pardon, chum. But last I checked, these waters don't belong to no one.
This is your only warning, Beastkin. Turn back now, or face the wrath of our tribe.
Can't turn back. Got too much at stake. Guess we got to go right through ya, fish boy.
For the glory of our radiant Sea Guardian, your deaths will be a glorious offering to her chilling brilliance. Yeah, we'll see about that, pal. We will see about that. Creed's good. Flintlock, ship's cannon. Missing a 2-drop. I might want to get rid of Flintlock, but I feel like I can get away with this. Especially since he's got frost damage up, that would mean that he probably has cheaper sources of frost damage, which would be removing my early game plays. So I'm definitely feeling comfortable kind of being a little more greedy. Freezes the target before attacking. Here's where I can confirm. Takes double it. Oh, that's even scarier than I thought. It's double damage. And I would assume it can also apply to my face. And me taking double damage from all sources is very scary if that's on my face. So we're going to just get rid of that. A nice simple trade with the monkey. And we'll move on. At the moment, I don't have any particularly outstanding plays to accelerate into with my additional mana. What is this doing? Deal 2 damage to the first minion that's frozen each turn. I can get rid of that as well. I could also play a mutt. I think I would rather grab a pirate. Dragonbrand Pirate, 9 mana, 7/5. Revive 2 random death minions that died this game in adjacent spaces. I don't think I have any death minions, so that won't be valuable to me. Also, 4 mana, 2/4 Pirate, Ancient Commander, Death. Summon a random dragon from my hand into a random tile. I have no dragons, so this is just going to be a 4 mana, 2/4. In that case, I take the Buccaneer. All simple enough, and then I'll kill this thing with the monkey. Death, summon a Silver Shade. 3 mana, 2/2. The Silver Shade is a 2 mana, 1/1. Death, deal 2 frost to a random enemy. Interesting. So I could place the cannon here, take the 2 damage just for a block. Alternatively, I could place the Barrel Mutt, but I do think I want to start getting these cannons online. That way I can start making plays. I'm just going to keep this extra mana banked for the time being. I'll just play Flintlock next turn, probably. Okay, that is fine. Don't care. Alright, so ideally here I can fire off 3 shots from the cannons, and that is doable for If I was to play Flintlock, that would get me my 3 shots between the Flintlock plus the Buccaneer that I'll be playing with the extra mana. And I think that is going to be probably the most value I'll get out of the additional point of mana, so I'll do that. Very good. Nice Buccaneer here. And what are we getting? Okay. I think the worst outcome would have been losing my ship's cannon, so I'm perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine with that indeed. That's fine. Him using the spell on the cannon is fine. So now, what is our plan moving forward? He has 4 cards in hand, so I think this is a good time to play my Red Wing Provisions and then just dump more cannons on the board. Or, no, I can drop a Barrel Mutt. I want to keep these 3 spaces empty for my 5 drop. Perfect. Rewarded immediately. Alright, that's fine. Okay, what is the plan here? I think I will... Honestly, I think I'm just going to play this guy and call it a day. That's fine. So I should be able to keep his board clean for the rest of the game. That's fine. That does remove the ability for my cannons to hit his head. Could be relevant. I don't think it will be. Also his face. I don't know why I said head. I think here I'm just going to play some more cannons. Although, you know, I don't actually think I want more cannons until I can find a way for them to go face. So I think I would prefer to get some more pirates in my hand and then play the bird to get some discounts. Yeah, here we are. Now we're cooking. And then the bird's going to be 3 mana, and then say I play Cannoneer. So let's get another pirate to discount. This is a new one. Pirate Bloodshark, 8 mana, 4/4. Combat start, devour a minion in my opponent's deck and gain its stats. I would like that, please. Thank you. And do we have any other plays we'd like to make to discount? I don't believe so. So let's go ahead and play the Rigbeak. And that takes out nothing. Very good. And then lastly, I will just play the Barrel Mutt, get some more cards in my hand. Alright, so we've got a pretty strong ability to refuel the whole board here. This cannon looks like it's probably next in line to die, and that is immediately replaced by Flintlock in the rightmost column. That's an interesting choice. Alright, so 1 pirate full clears his board. I'm going to play the Bloodshark. Very good. And then I will play a Cannoneer. And there we go. I've got the Blitz Burst loaded up and ready to go. And I also have Musket Cannon Expert here. I don't have a particularly effective place to place him and get the cannons, but his ability for my cannons to go to his face is going to be valuable in closing out the game if for some reason I'm incapable of doing so next turn, which that does not appear like that's going to be the case. Ah, it says all enemies. That includes the face. Interesting. Didn't really take note of that previously. So I think I'm going to play this guy. And then one more pirate. Whoops. I did the thing again where I saw the bird and I thought it was I thought it was him. Okay, so I have how many pirates? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pirates. That doesn't kill, so this is free. I'll take my hit of 5. That's a cool animation. I like that. And then let's finish him off. Get a pretty sizable quantity of overkill here. I like this card. I like this. I would like to get some. That's a hefty sum of overkill there. Get me a nice amount of money. Another level already, wow. And this gives me Blood Summon, wow. 4 mana, summon copies of my damaged minions. Whoa, whoa, that's huge. And in this game, when it says copies, I think it means like straight up the card as it exists on the table. Because I think there was another keyword for ones that are like a copy of the card, like the card text. I think they called it base copy or root copy or something. That is big. That's another big candidate in favor of the on damage strategy. I might revisit that again soon. If the next time I get a fight that looks like it won't be too hard, I'm gonna try that deck out again. To be defeated by such unworthy creatures. How? Glory to the mother of the waves, the divine Leviathan.
I'm guessing the poor sod wasn't your run-of-the-mill pirate. Fool! Of course he wasn't a pirate! He was some sort of fanatical zealot.
Takes one to know one.
How dare you! Never seen the likes of highest kind in the waters before. We'd best be on our guard, Captain. There's probably more of them where that bloke came from. Aye, aye, Admiral.
All right. What is next? Trinket shop? Treasure chest? And trinket relic shop I'm in. Very good, except I have to fight this person first. This is Siren Circe, who is going to be Warhorn. After you summon your first minion that costs 5 or more in a turn, give it Barrier. I feel like Cannons is an effective way to combat Barrier. Normally, Barrier would be very frustrating and difficult to trade into because, you know, they get a free hit. So, Cannons, I think... I don't think this is the right fight to bust out the on damage against. But we'll revisit that later. Yeah, no further preparations. Let's just get right in there. Oh, I should have used my level grid. So I guess there would have been one for the preparation. Whoops. Okay. Cannoneer. I mean, this is all looking great. Nice hand. Alright, let's go ahead and just draw a card here. Take a Blood Shark. Very good. I should have read that card on the left. I don't think I know what it was, but come on. I gotta have the Blood Shark. Alright. Probably just take that out with a monkey, or alternatively, I could just place Cannoneer in front of her. I'm gonna be greedy. I'll place the Cannoneer. This is risky because if he does something that freezes the guy, I lose him, but I'll take that risk because of the tempo advantage I will gain if she does not do that. And she did. Okay, so I'm fine. All is well. Now I can just drop a cannon. Carefree. Keep that board nice and clean. The cannon being in front of the 1/1 is also helpful because I get to build out my board a little bit more before he gets his ping, which makes it less likely to hit a target I don't want it to hit. Wait, what just happened? Hold on a second. What's going on here? After he casts a spell, gain +1/+1. Oh, he must have played a spell that that did that damage. I was too busy talking to myself there. I think I can just drop Musket straight off and call it a day. Or I could play Admiral Brass. It's a little slower. I am going to be clearing his board here. I do run the risk, if I play Admiral Brass, of killing the Silver Shade. I mean, it's a 50% chance, and if I do, thereafter it would be another 50% chance, or actually it would be a 33% chance of him killing the Cannoneer. So that's a 1/2 times a 1/3, so it's a 1 out of 6 chance that I am punished here. I don't think that's a huge deal. I could just place Admiral Brass right here so that I could hedge up that 1 out of 6 chance. Cool. Alright, this is looking great. And I'm going to take the hit on the cannon. Very good. So this is very commanding position for me to be in right here. That's fine. Don't care. Okay, I want to make sure this Acolyte is removed immediately. Okay. Let's see here. I think just playing like a Baromutt and a Cannoneer is the move here. I think that makes the most sense. So we'll place the Baromutt here. Very good. Place the Cannoneer here. Board is clean. Getting in for a bunch of damage. Alright. Very easy. Alright, what did we get? Let me make sure I actually do this real quick. I want to have Incinerate accessible. Yes, very good. And I think as far as the tech cards go, the only other one would be Clean Sweep, even though I don't really like that card very much. For now. So yeah, I can just invest my points in finishing up this Bombs Away tree. And the card I unlocked was Gunwall Blast, which is a 7-mana Pyro. Fill your back row with ship cannons, and any that don't fit, add to your hand. So I'm getting up to 12 mana in value from the cannons. And then... This is tough to evaluate. That is 4 out of the 5 cannons I need for the Blitz Burst, so I would only need 1 more. So I almost feel like this would like completely overhaul the current strategy, which is kind of like curving cannons into 1 or 2 big turns and progressively kind of just controlling the board with 1 or 2 cannons in the mid game. And then this one is kind of like a late mid game, just big swing. I don't think I like this with the decks that I'm playing currently. But this is an interesting card. If I wanted like just a very slim cannons package, just that plus the Blitz Burst plus the 5-drop guy, that could be interesting. All right, let's see what kind of relics we got. Dewy Pantaloons. After you play your first death minion that costs 3 or less in a turn, trigger its death. Okay. That is very compelling if I was playing a deck that had death minions in it. There's a lot of good ones, and a lot of good ones in the 1, 2, and 3 mana range, no less. So I could see myself getting a lot of value out of something like that. Meanwhile, Soot Plating, after my opponent draws a bomb, I gain armor. That's also very compelling if I was playing with bombs. I'm just going to purchase both of them so I have them. Very good. And I will go ahead also and equip the pantaloons, I guess. Oh, I cannot. That is a Elder Relic. Never mind. But I can equip the soot plating. Very good. And I can also go check out this treasure chest. With money in. Excellent. I love how when I get in the water, it just seamlessly transitions to the boat. I like that bird is on top of the boat. This game's visuals just never cease to astound me. It looks so good. Like, just everything popping in and little clouds of smoke. Just everything about it. I just love it so much. Let's check out the melder. Alright, what do we got? There was, what was this again? This was the execute, that's right. That destroys everything. I have more than enough resources. I'm going to go ahead and just meld both of those real quick. Make it easy on myself when I want to play that archetype. Brutal Tyrant. Let's try to finish this up as much as I can as well. Very good. Who are you again? Fill my front row with doomed recruits. What were those? I think they were just 1/1s. And I do not think I can afford anything else. Alright, very good. Sweet. And what do we want to do first here? Let's take a look at the map. There's another shop to the left. I'm broke, so I won't be able to afford anything, but I would still want to see what they got. So let's go that way first. You are Frostfin Toja, and you have a Finlockley Taiyaki. Your first spell each turn costs 4, or that would cost 4 or more, costs 2 less. Wow. 5 mana, draw 3, gain 10 armor, sounds pretty good. 5 mana, ping everything down to 1. It is not an Elder Relic, as far as I can tell, unless it doesn't work the same way for enemies. I would like to have this trinket very much. I would change a lot of my opinions about things if I had that relic equipped. Especially that cannon thing. Like, turn 5, get 4 cannons in the back row. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. So, I'll keep an eye out, see if I can find that relic. Okay, looks good to me. We got the nice simple curve here. And we even top decked our turn 1 play. Here I would like Quartermaster Sting, probably. Let me remind myself what the Captain Poe here does. 7 mana 5/5 Hothead gives each friendly minion with a unique class +3/+3. This could be my chance to test Captain Poe. So I'll do it, because I was curious about the unique class thing. We're going to do this for science. Alright, that's good. In fact, him accelerating this out on turn 1 is so good for me, because I can trade into it for free with the monkey, and he has no opportunity to buff it up, so I'll just do that. I'm floating a mana, you know, not the most mana efficient play, but like that is way too much value for me to pass up, and now I can do it again. So this is just a bad day to be Frostfin Toja. That is a lot of potential threat that they've missed out on. By the way, I love that card. 2 mana 1/1 gain +1 on spells. That is so cool. That was like that deck in Hearthstone. It was the Mana Worm. Except this is a lot scarier than Mana Worm. This is more like that Trog's Rule guy that Shaman used to play. But I always love cards like that. Just like early game drops that can snowball through the whole game. And you just support it with these tempo things. Like, I would play that card and I would play like 2 mana, kill a random minion. 2 mana, deal 3 damage. Just all that kind of stuff. Just support the 1 minion. I think those kinds of strategies are really fun. So I think the plan would be to just drop Flintlock next turn, presuming all goes well here. Flintlock over here to keep the 3 spaces empty. 50% chance of... Okay. Cool. So I do lose my Cannoneer. It was the 50-50, but at the end of the day, not a big deal. Okay. Oh, it does damage in the row. That's something I should keep in mind. I never actually read that card. That's pretty typical TCG player of me, I know. I would like to play Admiral Brass, but it's important that this Mana Knight gets killed here. I suppose it would regardless because of Flintlock. So I'm going to take... The Admiral Brass play makes next turn a lot stronger. I'm going to go ahead and do it and just take the chance of killing the Mana Knight, which I did. So that works out very nicely for me. Next turn is going to be very strong for me. I'll be able to play a bunch of Pirates who will get buffed, and then the turn after I can play Captain Poe and buff them again. Although this complicates things on account of I could just lose my cards immediately to this effect. But that's not going to stop me. I'm just going to play 3 Cannoneers and call it a day. I think that's pretty funny. Alright, sweet. I wonder if there's like an APM thing here. Like if I played all 3 of these Cannoneers as fast as I could before any of these effects went off, I wonder if it would snapshot the board in the state it was when the Death Rattle was activated, which would be what I would anticipate, or if the game sees the 3 Cannoneers and it gives me more safe hits. Something funny to think about. That was it. Yeah, I'm done here. Are they dead? Hold on. I think I killed them. Whoops. I'm a bad scientist. All the conditions were set, and then I just ended the experiment before I did anything. Whoops. We'll try this again later. Wow, we're leveling up like crazy. I love it. What do we have here? 9 mana, 6/6 Hogwash, no aspect or no class. It's got Tough, that's good. Riff, 1-time effect after a spell. Repair every cannon that was destroyed this game. Huh. I don't know if I like it. So I'm paying like 3.5 mana for this effect because, you know, Tough on a 6/6, that's really good. I think that's worth at least half a mana, if not a whole mana. So like a 7 mana 6/6 with Tough, that I might be happy just to play that as is. But the extra 2.5 mana for this Riff effect, I don't know if I like that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind about that later. If I was playing something that had a lot of wipes, I suppose that would be like a really easy way to rebuild. Just play him plus Grog or him plus... what is that card that discovers pirates? Pirate's Creed. But yeah, not something I'm really interested in making anytime soon. Ah, I can access the shop straight away. Very good. What you got for me, shopkeeper? You got Smithy, 2 mana, 2/2, no class. After you cast a spell, gain armor equal to its cost. Very interesting. 5 mana, Pyro, Sweltering Smash. Ah, yes. Draw a card, deal damage equal to its cost to all minions. This card is crazy. If I was playing Control, first off, I would be playing Smithy, and then Sweltering Smash, like... The fact that I have a cantripping board wipe is insane. And, like, I would be playing this in the kind of deck that would be, like, very greedy, right? Like, I would probably just not do much of anything at all on the first 3-4 turns of the game. So I'm going to be doing like 4+ damage board wipes every time with this because of the mana curve my deck's going to have. So that's crazy. That's a good card. Good card right there. Not for my deck. Not good for my deck at all. That's terrible. But if I was playing a different deck, that would be awesome. 7 mana, Pyro, Blade Bomb. Deal 5 Pyro damage to all minions. Add a bomb to my opponent's deck for each destroyed. Excellent. Yeah, that's really cool. Great bomb card. I'm not playing that right now, but that's really nice. And then, of course, these things I saw earlier. These shops have been opening up so many cool strategies in this chapter. Like, just... It's amazing the difference 1 or 2 extra cards in your card pool can make in terms of what archetypes you can put together. Plus, you know, the trinkets help, or the relics help quite a bit as well. That's neat. All right, Parsley, level 20. What you got over here, Parsley? What you holding up in this chest down there? He has Brambled Cutlass. Your hero has thorns too. I'm very confident that thorns won't go off if I shoot a cannon at him, so this is not a big deal for me. Let's take a look at your burst. Add 9 puff caps to your deck. Blitz burst. Remove every puff cap in your deck to evolve a random minion. I'm going to have to see what puff caps look like. This doesn't sound that great, but we'll see. Yes, let's ship it. No changes.
Shroom ship straight ahead!
What in the world? Is that big floating mushroom?
Aye, a fungal frigate. Wonder what it's doing all the way out here.
Why don't we ask him? Ahoy there! We're the Rowdy Red Wing Raiders!
That ain't her name.
Oh! Greetings, fellow pirates! What does this person sound like?
Parsley, that's not how pirates speak!
Oh, right, my mistake. Our mateys? They call me Captain Parsley, the vicious pirate prince of despair? You best be watching your step. Get too close and me and my fearsome, funtacular crew will cut ye down to size.
Now that's more like it! You sound just like Grandpa Rico!
What are these little kids doing out here playing pirate?
Aww, they're so cute!
How dare you mock us, sea scum! We aren't kids, we're the dreaded Puff Platoon! Our name instills fear in all those who hear it. Puff Platoon, fall in!
Aye, aye, Captain! Pink Bonnet reporting for duty!
Polly.
Yes, sir, Captain! Yellow-footed Polly, ready for work!
Ruby right here. Good, good! Now do you see? Only a real pirate captain can command the respect of such a loyal, seaworthy crew.
Quit pulling our leg. You're just a bunch of crazy kids. Although, can't say I've seen young'uns like you lot before.
Oh, I know! They must be mush fellows. They live deep in the Sproutwood, far to the north of here, but they almost never leave the forest. Guess they take their pirate play pretty seriously.
We aren't playing!
Bonnet's right. We're true bloodthirsty pirates through and through. Look at our terror-inspiring ship. Does it not shake you to the very core?
Bursting with fungal fear.
Wow! A real parrot!
Captain Parsley? After we sink their ship and steal all their treasure, can we keep the pretty parrot? Why, of course, Bonnet. Anything for my first mate. Now, Puff Platoon, prepare for battle. We'll show these pirate posers what a true motley crew can do. I already forgot what Polly sounded like.
You're in for it now, posers!
Death to phonies.
Ha! You calling us posers and phonies? We'll show you what seasoned pirates are made of, you surly squirts.
Attack! Oh, yeah, we got this song again. You can't lose with this music playing in the background, that's for sure. That's greedy. But these are fine. Keep those. Alright, remind me, this was like 2 thorns? Yes. Excellent. And I will just do the Pirate's Greed right off the bat. Cutlass Swine is compelling. Admiral Brass is more compelling. What is Pink Bonnet doing? Combat start, remove a puff cap from your deck to deal 2 damage to a random enemy. Unless he gives me some, which I don't... The impression I'm getting from puff caps is it's like a reverse bomb, where I'm putting stuff in my own deck that makes me stronger. In fact, if I look at her... No, I can't preview it. Okay. Request to preview the cards that are generated. Whoopsie, unplugged my mic there. Request for the cards tooltips to include the cards that they generate when I'm looking at them inside of a shop or inside of that menu right there. That UI, what do they call it? It's well, I can't quite tell, but the one where it's discovery basically, so I can see what cards are generated. That's come up a good handful of times for me. Not a big deal. Just a thing that would be nice, very convenient to have that information available to me. Ah, and I just noticed he has like visual thorns on his portrait. That's cute. I like that. Ah, the time has come. 2 mana 0/3 inanimate. Combat start, add a puff cap to his deck. Cool. And the puff cap, autocast evolve a random minion. Ah. I assume, it doesn't say, but I assume Evolve works the way it does in Hearthstone, where it will increase the mana cost by 1, and it will randomly select any minion from that mana cost. We'll see. That's interesting. Alright, so I'm going to... I would like to get rid of this ASAP. I can't do it now, but if I was to play Cannoneer here, it'll take care of it next turn, which is perfectly fine by me. So I'm going to do that, place it in the bottom row. Futu, 2 mana 2/2, good stats. What was that, 2? 2 puff caps? It was, okay. Alright, so I think what I would like to do here is play a Cinder Monkey in this column so that I can kill this Puff Launcher, and then in the meantime I will place a Cannoneer here as well to contest the Futu. Now, I would be punished if he was to evolve this into something that would trade with or outright beat the Cannoneer, but he's only got 4 puff caps in his deck, I believe. He has 5, I think. 1 plus 2 plus 1 again. Nope, that's 4. Okay, so I'm not too worried about it. If he does draw a puff cap, he's just a better gamer than me. Oh, well. There you go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah! Oh, no. Hold up. What's going on here? Oh, my goodness. Some crazy business has gone down. Oh, dear heavens. Things are going crazy. So, his turn started. Draws the puff cap. It turns my Cannoneer into a Technotoad for some reason. Then he summons the guy. The guy adds a yellow Toe Jam to his hand. The yellow Toe Jam, in turn, turns my Cannoneer into a Kendo. What is the... I'm lost. I'm very lost right now. That's funny. Alright, so when this dies, it gives me a Light Show, which is going to... Huh. Well, that's handy. It's free removal. And then that Toe Jam was evolve a minion and give it death at a puff cap to your deck. Alright, so I'm a little lost as to all the things that just happened, but we're gonna go with it. Him being able to evolve minions is more painful to me than I was anticipating. I thought he was just gonna be like giving himself advantageous plays, but as it turns out, it's more also along the lines of sabotaging my board without killing the minions outright, which is interesting. And then here, I could play either the Barrel Mutt or I could play the Rigbeak. I think I'll just play the Barrel Mutt. Get a couple more pirates. Ideally, I just want a whole handful of pirates, which I've discounted with 2 Rigbeaks. And then I can just kind of flood the board with like 3 or 4 high-quality minions and bank on him not being able to remove all of them. Okay, this light show will be able to, hold up. If it's an enemy, deal 2 damage to it. So I can just kill the Futu. Or, do I want to kill this thing? Not really. Huh? What happened? What did I do? Well, somehow I played it on the Barrel Mutt. Was I not able to aim it at his Futu here? Or did I make a mistake? I'll have to review that footage and figure out what happened. I'm still pretty confused about how all this works. I'll have to look into it a little bit more. Huh. I think I'll play a Rigbeak and then play a Cannoneer over here. I think that is satisfactory. Restore 4 health, increase maximum mana by 1. Wow! Ooh, that's cool. I like that a lot. 5 health is nice on an effect like that. I don't know what this deck is. Why does she have a crosshair on her? I want that gone. What's going on here? Alright, we'll figure that out later, what's going on with that crosshair. But yes, this is very neat. I think the move here, I could play Admiral Brass. I'll have 2 mana remaining. With the 2 mana, I can play Barrel Mutt. Barrel Mutt will be buffed. Barrel Mutt can kill this Puff Launcher. I do not have an effective way to kill this Petal Mage. If I was to make a cannon instead and then play the Barrel Mutt, let's make the cannon, and then I can play the Barrel Mutt. We'll play that here. There we go, and then that clears this column up. I will kill her minion, and then I will also kill that minion, and this leaves this column open for the 4-drop, which I've just drawn. Very good. Alright, he flies. Silly me. Adds a Puff Cap to his deck. Alright. So I'm going to be able to use my burst next turn. So yeah, Evolve is absolutely not doing what I thought it did. Is it like backwards? Is it reducing the mana cost? Or maybe it reduces for me and it increases for my opponent. Maybe that's how it works. Because yeah, this is a 7 mana, this is a 4 mana. That's really pesky. What I'd like to do is get as many pirates as I can on the board. Ideally 4, and then use my Blitz Burst, which would clear his board. Is that something I'm capable of doing? Can I play 4 pirates here? I have Flintlock, which is 1, and then I have the 2 Cannoneers. Okay, I'm actually having trouble picking the cards I want in my hand here. So that's another piece of feedback here. When I mouse over a card like this, and it pulls itself forward, it's going to make it difficult for me to accurately get to the card that it's covering up, right? Like I'm having difficulty getting to this 4 mana here without first going to the 2 mana next to it. Not a big deal, but just something to bear in mind. You know, that's a little something that maybe could be a little more convenient. Not a huge deal. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to play Flintlock here. then I'm going to play Cannoneer right here. I think I'm just going to sit on the... No, I need to use the burst. Use the burst now. Get him for 2, 3. Who's the third pirate? Oh, yellow-footed Polly's a pirate. Excellent. Alright, so now I can use this monkey, shoot the cannon again, ideally hit that bird. Got the bird, very good. He's got 1 card in hand. Alright, I think we've got this. Oh, I got a bomb in my deck at some point. When did that happen? Oh my god, hold on! Drawing a bomb casts the bomb, and that counts for Riff. That's interesting. I never would have thought of that. So I guess that works with puff caps too. Hold on. That's kind of interesting. That's very curious. I think you could do some pretty neat stuff with that. Just have something like this, like a puff cap deck, and have a couple of Riff effects in there that you would just incidentally activate for no card or mana investment from yourself. That's neat. I like that. Okay, let's just get lethal here and call it a day. I think the strongest card contributing to doing that would be Cannoneer. So we'll play the Cannoneer, and we will ship it. So I think I figured out Evolve. I think it increases the user's minions level by 1, and it decreases the opponent's minion level by 1. That's actually interesting. I wasn't expecting it to be so nuanced compared to, the Hearthstone way, where it just is +1 level regardless. That's cool. That's a lot stronger of an effect than I was expecting it to be. And, coming in, I was kind of curious. I was like, what kind of thing would I want to be shuffling into my own deck that would be valuable when I draw it randomly, right? Like, I have less control over what it does. This is cool. And I did notice also that I received Puff Cap cards and he received Pirate cards. I don't know if there's some kind of, weighting to what you're evolving into, like if there's, a specific pool of cards that it prioritizes. Based off of what I observed in the game I just watched, it seems to be completely random, but I'm not positive. Level grid, I'm going to just start working towards another this other health up here. And we got Scale Scorn Guard. This is an 8-mana 4/4 dragon. This is the first dragon we saw, and we saw synergy with this earlier. This is going to be Guard and Tough. And on play, summon gain 5 armor and summon 2 Pyre Wisps in adjacent spaces. The Pyre Wisps being the 1-mana 0/2, which give pyro damage +1. Very cool. Good stuff. That was a fun fight. I like that. This cannot be!
We lost! But...
Ouch.
Now you kids best be heading home. This part of the world ain't no place for little whelps like yourself.
Never! Do you think we'd give up our dream that easily? And what would that dream be?
To become most famous of all pirates? The Puff Platoon will be remembered till the end of time! Yes, sirree! I want my face in a history book!
Legendary. Our resolve is unbreakable. You were just lucky. Next time will be different. You'll see.
If you say so.
We know so. All right, Puff Platoon, ready the sails, raise the anchor. Our perilous journey continues.
Aye, aye, Captain Parsley!
Farewell, Lion Man. We shall meet again. And next time, you'll be cowering before my sword.
Heh, we'll see, kid.
That was cute. That was fun. That was so much fun. Just these random kids having a good old time, role-playing pirates. Well, I guess they're not random kids if he's a prince, but that was cute. Ooh, ooh. Very good. I needed all of those mets, I think. I definitely cannot get enough of that purple resource, that's for sure. Okie dokie. I don't know if I got time for any more fights. I guess I could just do one more if it looks like it'll be quick. Let's take a look at what he's got. Combat start, evolve a random minion. Oh dear. That would obliterate my strategy. I think this would be something where I'd want to play like the Swarmy Pirates deck. So yeah, I don't know if I want to get into that tonight. I'll do that next time. But I had a great time today. Lots of fun. I'm loving this new area. I feel like it's like completely new challenges that I'm facing now that I'm in Chapter 2. And I'm also seeing like completely new things offered in shops and in the Melder and in the Trinket store as well. In the Relic store. The Relics, I meant. This is really fun. Still having a blast. Love this new area. And I will see y'all next time.